What if I told you that Trinidad and Tobago once experienced some of the fastest economic growth in the world? Fueled by oil money, confidence, and big dreams, we were on top of the world. But beneath the surface, cracks were forming: corruption, overspending, and an over-reliance on oil. And when the prices fell, so did everything else. Imagine a time when Trinidad and Tobago was riding high on oil money. In 2005, with oil prices soaring over $100 a barrel, the economy grew at more than 8% a year. The People's National Movement, PNM, led by Patrick Manning, was in full swing, spreading the wealth with programs like SEPUP and URP. Unemployment dropped to just 4.6% by 2008. It was a golden era where new roads were built, communities thrived, and hope was in the air. But there was a catch: nearly half the economy depended on oil and gas. Before the Heritage and Stabilization Fund was established in 2007, much of Trinidad and Tobago's energy revenue was directed toward immediate government spending, rather than being saved or invested. It was great for the moment, but it left questions about the future. Then, the unexpected happened: the 2008 global financial crisis. Energy exports nosedived by 40%, and in 2009 the economy contracted by 4.4%. Frustration was building. In 2010, the PNM was voted out, and the People's Partnership, led by Kamla Persad-Bisesa of the United National Congress, UNC, took over with a promise to diversify the economy beyond oil. They introduced new ideas: think tourism, tech, and renewable energy, but bureaucratic red tape and corruption slowed real progress. The recovery was there, but it was more of a crawl than a sprint. By 2014, oil prices took another nosedive. In 2015, Keith Rowley and the PNM returned with a promise to steady the ship, but the economy was already reeling, shrinking by 7.5% in 2016. Bold decisions were made: fuel subsidies were slashed, saving $1 billion a year, and Petrotrin, the state oil giant, was shut down in 2018. Thousands of jobs vanished overnight, and public debt soared past 60% of the nation's output. For many, it felt like the government was tightening the belt too much, leaving everyday people to bear the brunt of the pain. Then came 2020, the COVID-19 pandemic hit like a tidal wave. The economy plunged by 9%, and unemployment spiked to 8%. In a desperate bid to save livelihoods, the government rolled out $1 billion in cash handouts. By 2022, we began to see the light at the end of the tunnel, as non-oil sectors like manufacturing and tourism, remember Carnival 2024, helped the economy bounce back. Yet, the legacy of oil dependency remained, with energy still accounting for 40% of the economy and 80% of exports. So, what about breaking free from oil? Both the PNM and UNC have tried. The UNC pushed green energy and education reforms, while the PNM focused on building manufacturing and outsourcing sectors like teleperformance, which added 1,200 jobs in 2022 and targets 4,000 by 2026. Manufacturing grew from 6% of the economy in 2005 to 9% by 2025. But progress is hampered by stubborn bureaucracy. Getting a new factory approved can take 18 months. And there's the classic challenge of Dutch disease, where an oil boom makes our currency too strong, making exports less competitive. Not to mention the brain drain, with 45% of our top graduates leaving for greener pastures, and crime rates that scare off investors. Let's break down who's really in charge. In the boom years, state companies like Petrotrin dominated. By 2025, the private sector has taken over a larger share, about 50 to 55% of the economy, especially in manufacturing and tourism. Yet, challenges persist. Corruption scandals, like the infamous
Estate Management and Business Development Company Ltd. (EMBD) case,
along with persistent crime and red tape, continue to raise country risk. While credit ratings hover around S&P's BBB and Moody's Ba2, the message is clear: fix these issues, and Trinidad and Tobago could truly shine, but if not, we remain stuck in the past. From oil-fueled highs to crisis-induced lows, Trinidad and Tobago's journey from 2005 to 2025 is a rollercoaster of ambition, struggle, and hope. The election is just around the corner, a moment for us to decide whether to stick with familiar paths or choose a new direction. What do you think the future holds? Share your thoughts in the comments, hit like, subscribe, and join the conversation as we shape our nation's next chapter. Thanks for watching.